Hello everyone, welcome to Atubu Concepts. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draft a medium slim fit shirt for men. I like starting some of my tutorial with drafting. When you draft on a pattern paper and you use that pattern paper to cut out your fabric, it will be very easy for you, and like that you will not be wasting your fabric. Make sure you have enough length and width of your pattern paper that will carry your drafting. I'm going to be using marker because I want you at home to see my lines vividly. As for you, I encourage you to use pencil and have eraser by your side in case you make mistakes along the line so that you always erase and continue. Before we start, we have to create our start line just an inch away from your pattern paper. This start line happens to be the shoulder line. We're going to be working with two measurements today. The vertical measurement, that's the measurement coming from up straight down, while the horizontal measurement at the measurement going across. Number one, the chest vertical measurement. The chest vertical measurement that I have here is 10.5. From this shoulder line down, I'm going to measure 10.5. Number two, the hip vertical measurement. The hip vertical measurement is 26. That happens to be the full length of the t-shirt. I'm going to mark 26 here. The next thing is to rule across, label the line so we know which is which as we go further. The shoulder line, the chest line, and the hip line. Number three, neck circumference. The neck circumference is 14. When I divide 14 by 2, I'll have 7. And that 7, I'm going to use 3 for the depth, then 4 for the width. So at the center front, I'm going to mark 3. Then at the shoulder line, I'll mark 4. I'm going to connect this point to this point with a French curve. If you don't have a French curve, please carefully maneuver it with your hands. Number 4, shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I have here is 19. When I divide 19 by 2, I have 9.5. I'm going to mark it along the shoulder line. This point here, I'm going to slope it by 1.5. Then I'm going to connect this point to this point. Number 5, armhole circumference. The armhole circumference that I have is 18. When I divide 18 by 2, I'll have 9. Because it's a stretchy fabric, I'm not adding any ease allowance to it. I'm going to use 8 inches for the length measurement. Mark 8 inches here. This point here, I'm going to rule across it. This will now serve as our upper chest. I'm going to come back to finish the armhole later. Before then, I'm going to find the circumference of the chest. Number 6, chest circumference. The chest circumference is 44. When I divide 44 by 4, I'll have 11. So along this line here, chest line, I'm going to measure 11. Because it's a stretchy fabric that I'm using, no ease allowance added. So I'm going to mark exactly 11. I will come to the upper chest as well and measure 11. Now I'm finishing the armhole properly. From this point to this point is 8. So I'm going to find the midpoint. The midpoint will be 4. Then I'm going to connect this point to this point to that point. To create the front armhole, I'm going to step the center point back by half an inch. I've stepped this point back with half an inch because the front armhole is deeper than the back armhole. Then I connect this point to this point to that point. I'm going to top the back armhole with a green marker to differentiate the back from the front armhole. For the back neckline, I'm going to measure 1/4 inch from the center front with the same green marker. And I connect this point to that point with a French curve. If you don't have a French curve, carefully maneuver it with your hand. Number 7, the hip circumference. The hip circumference is 44. When I divide 44 by 4, I'll have 11. So I'm going to mark that 11 along this hip line here. 11. Then I'm going to connect this point to this point with a French curve. It's not very straight, it's kind of curvy. Slightly curvy. I finished drafting it, so I'm going to trim this part out of it. I've cut out the part that we don't need. So the front body is ready. Now I'm going to use the front to give the back a proper shape. As you can see, the front block is on top of the back block, and I'm going to trim out the neck and the armhole later. I've already given it a perfect shape. Now I'm going to trim the back neckline and the back armhole line. The front block and the back block. Now I'm going to create the sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 7.5. Then the width of the sleeve is also 7.5. Then draw a line across the point. Mark 7. To create the sleeve, I'm going to measure 4.25. And I'll come to this line and measure 1.5 inches. Connect this point to this point. Like that. Then I'm going to use a pencil to connect this point to this point. This is 8.8. I'm going to divide the first to 3.5. Then 3.5. Then this one will be 2.8. Come to this line, measure point 7. Come to this point, measure point 7 as well. Then come to this last line, step it back by 1/4 inch. Connect this point to this point, this point to this point with a French curve. If you don't have a French curve, please carefully maneuver it with your hand. Then I'm tracing the line out with a marker so that you can see it at home vividly. I'm going to fold the hem line to the back and cut it at the same time. I've cut out the sleeve. The inner line is the front line, while this one is the back line. About 1/2 inch apart. This extra side is about 1.5 inches. Is for the folding to the back like this. So that one is done. Now I'm going to draft the pocket. The length of the pocket is 7.5 inches, while the width is 6 inches. The length 7.5. This is for the folding. This is the main body. So now I'm going to trim it out. This part is for this folding. So I'm going to lose it out. I'm quickly going to draft the neckband. The neckband measurement round is 17. Half of 17 is 8.5. This is 8.5. And I'm going to add half an inch for the joining. That will be 9 inches. So I'll mark 9 inches. I'll mark a rule across. The width is going to be 3/4 of an inch, like this. Mark from here to here. That's it. Then I'm going to trim this part off. I'm going to use it to cut fabric. You fold the fabric into two, put this on top, then you cut. When you open it wide, after cutting, you have your 18 inches. This is the back cut, the front cut, the sleeve, the pocket, and the neckband. The drafting is already completed. I advise you to click the next video, which is how to cut and sew slim fit shirt for men. It's a continuation of this very video, so that you see the finishing touch of this particular draft. You see how we brought this draft into reality, how we use this draft to cut and sew this slim fit shirt, so that you see it, somebody really wearing it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so, because there are lots of things that are going to be coming on this channel that I don't want you to miss out on. And when you are subscribing, please don't forget to click that bell. That bell is very important for notifications. Thank you. See you in the next video.